And we are live.
Heyo.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Howdy, interwebs.
Hi there. And welcome to yet another exciting chapter of A Tale D20 Presents Descent into the Void Campaign 2, where four friends join together to tell a story of mythic proportion. So, hello, everyone. That was quite the climactic penultimate episode last week. How are we all feeling today?
Hey, remember when there were 6 of us here in the myth?
Stop.
Hey, remember?
I do. I remember.
The power of three will overcome thee, right? Whatever the hell it is.
Aw, I'm charmed.
The power of three will set you free.
Yeah, that's it.
Pretending like you don't know the charm.
I know. You're the charmed ones for now. We'll see what happens during the story. But in any case, yes, we are back again for the final episode. So this of the mid-season, then we're going to go on break for until June 28th, I believe. But stay tuned on the interwebs to make sure all the schedules are correct. But we do have a couple things that'll happen here and there that we'll go over at the end. But before we begin, some final announcements I just want to go over. We are going to be changing some things in the layout of the channel, so be in tune. Stay in tune for that. That's going to be pretty cool. We are also got a new sponsorship that I wanted to announce that you will see when we come back. Level Up Play, Advanced Level Up Play has sponsored us, and we are going to be, what's the word I want to use? We're going to be showcasing a lot of their items, mechanics, maps, and things on here for the second half of the season and a little bit afterwards. So that's going to be very exciting. So you can stay tuned for that as well. And of course, we are still affiliated with Fantasy Grounds. So if you wish to get a great virtual tabletop, please click the link below to get our affiliate link where you can go ahead and download the virtual tabletop program. And lastly, all maps here are from Che Peku. You can go to check out Che and Peku at their Patreon, patreon.com/Che and Peku, or chepeku.com for all the amazing maps that we use. So, with that being said, and all the announcements, why don't we step right in to the conclusion of the first half of Descent to the Void Campaign 2. Cue the intro.
Travis, we're back.
And we are back.
That's it. All right.
So, Spellbinders. Last time, you had pulled something out of your fellow Spellbinder Kievon as Zendaric tapped deep into his inner mind in search for Radaman, the entity that seemed to have possessed him. And that being said, Sully was able to do research and discover that Radaman indeed was a dark devil, a harbinger of chaos, and alerting all of you, waking you up from the stupor that the spell that he had put you over, Radaman had left with Kievon's body, and you all ran out to see that there were several students sprawled on the wall of the Fractal Centaurum, running down to the Grand Hall. You had met with Seraphim and several other faculty members, letting them know what happened, where Seraphim told you to sit tight and let them handle everything, as you had proceed to not do that. Sneak out of the Grand Hall and make your way, following your connections with Kievon, your circle, and surmising this ritual that these 8 students who were on the archway were, and using Zendarik's keen eyes of mystics to go deeper into a forbidden forest within the Isle of Eternity. There was a cathedral that you saw was a vault of some sorts, and you had ran into Radaman Kievon, who was performing a ritual. Wanting to continue with this, they opened up another scar, a hex, where you had battled against a strange dragon-like devilish creature from the 9 hells, where an army seemed to be making their way to that very place. But you were able to dispatch this devilish foe, as well as close the rift, thereby breaking that hex. And Kievon freeing himself from the grasp of Radaman. But it seemed to maybe have been too late, as Radaman continued their ritual and was about to take Kievon and kill all of you. Seraphim appeared, bursting like a torpedo through the doors, and battled against this foe that in this new form Radaman had shown was strangely similar to Seraphim. But in battling, Radaman was defeated, or seems to be on the verge of defeat, before they opened up a scar, pulled Kievon with them, and Seraphim dove through at the last moment, trying to save it, but all 3 of them had disappeared to what you believe is the 9 hells. And with Amara and Lucian and other faculty members appearing afterwards to inspect the area, you all had returned back to your dormitory to rest after this great loss of an ally and another member of your circle. So, 2 weeks have passed as you all are dressed in your normal funeral gear, or gear you would wear to go to a solemn event, as you see hundreds of people line a field that exits out into a bay between 2 large mountains covered with fog, as there are signs, posters of the other members of your circle who are still missing, said missing in action, of Ireland and why am I blanking on her name? Andrina, sorry. And Andrina. But there are 2 coffins laid in large canoes where a priestly dressed gentleman stands on top of a altar, a podium, and begins talking. As he does, the rain starts to crackle. Well, the thunder crackles as rain begins to fall down, and you feel a chill as all of you are just wet from the rain. As it goes.
My fellow faculty members, students of the Fractal Centaurum, today we gather in solemn remembrance of Seraphim, the beloved headmistress of the Fractal Centaurum, and Kievon Redquill, are students whose potential burned brightly. Seraphim, guided by the blessings of the 9, embodied the grace and wisdom.
DM,
Yes.
are you supposed to be using demon voice?
Oh,
Yeah, I think we.
I wasn't gonna interrupt. I was like, okay, yeah.
We're like, can you? Sorry, can you take? Rewind.
That was odd. It says does not say that in mine. Okay, sorry about that. That killed the mood. I'm so sorry.
It's
No.
okay. I was still on board. I was like, yeah, one of our teachers is a demon guy. I'm
Right?
kinda
I was
sad.
like, I guess
I'm
demons and
very sad, and this demon's our teacher. I'm not
demons
worried.
are in control now.
I am
Yes.
so sorry. Okay, let me try refreshing it. How about now?
Oh yeah, that's got like
very
a
echoey.
very
Yeah.
Okay.
echoey.
Thank
It's
you.
Like, it's very stadium echoey. I like it.
All right. Apologize again.
No worries.
Okay.
Today, we gather.
No,
No, it's demons again.
Wow.
worse again.
So we're just not gonna do that then.
Oh boy.
Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties. Today, we gather in solemn remembrance of Seraphim, the beloved headmistress of the Fractal Centaurum, and Kievan Redbill, a student whose potential burned brightly. Seraphim, guided by the blessings of the Nine, embodied the grace and wisdom of the divine of the Nine, with their leadership illumining the path for us all. Kievan, with his spirit intertwined with the fabric of this sacred place, brought forth a fervor for knowledge that ignited all of our hearts. Though their physical presence has departed from our realm, their legacy shall forever endure. In honor, let us pay homage to the Nine, for it is through their divine guidance that our spirits are lifted and our purpose is strengthened. May Seraphim and Kievan's soul find solace in the divine realms, forever embraced by the eternal light of the Nine. And as this echoing speech continues, several groups of wizards and sorcerers seem to collect and form a large circle. They lift their hands in the air as sparks, precipitated sparks, come out into the air, exploding into the air in a firework display, displaying the visage of Seraphim, Kievan, and also sparks of the other two who are missing in action, though no mention per se has been told about their fate yet. But a lot has happened within the 2 weeks prior to this, as we will return and will wind back the clock to the Fractal Centaurum, as Zendaric, Ink, Sully, you awaken late in the afternoon, for to complete a long rest, you are all exhausted from your battle, and no one seems to have disturbed you. But rousing from your slumber and stepping into the large interior common area, what do you all do?
I know we've missed a bunch of classes, but it's hard to carry on right now. I don't know about you, but I still feel exhausted even though I've slept for quite a few hours. More than usual. As I start to make like a afternoon coffee or a coffee, you know.
I don't even know if they're gonna let me stay here after all this.
Why wouldn't they let you stay? You're the one that helped break us from this. You're the one
Yeah,
that
but-
figured it out.
My patrons may not think it's safe for me to stay in such a place where half the circle disappears in a week.
Yes, I can't wait to hear what my parents are going to think of this. They already think of me as a failure. I'm sure that I'll be blamed for this as well. So I hope that we can persevere, but I don't know much about your people or your history, so I wouldn't want to put you in danger if you would get in trouble from defying them. Perhaps do what is
Well-
best for your well-being.
I'm sure they heard the news of what's been happening here, as has probably everyone.
Ink, what will your tribe people think?
I sent a letter to my mother's shortly after the events. It will probably take a while to get to Far Barrisset as the post doesn't come very often. But I figured Mum and Mama deserve to know what was happening. And Ink is just sitting on like on the couch. I'm guessing there's like a couch with Big Steve like head on lap, just like petting. I'm assuming Big Steve stayed with us. That's
Oh,
what
no.
I'm assuming.
No,
Big Steve is
yeah.
here, like hey, chilling with me. Like we snuggle at night.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
So we will see what they have to say about all of this.
What do you both want? Regardless of what the other thinks, our time here has been so short. I feel like there's so much to learn and to gain, and despite some of our hardships, the few times we have worked together, we have accomplished quite a lot and learned. I'm not ready to give up, but I don't know. How do you feel? Do you want to continue?
It would feel like we were doing a disservice to our fallen circle if we did not continue in their stead. But my heart is so heavy.
I know. It is difficult to carry on, and I'm thankful for those in my life that help us through these hard times, and I'm glad you two are now among them. I can count on. Sully, what say you? How do you feel about continuing? Can you convince your patrons to allow you? Or would they... Oh, you're just so
Oh,
quiet. I think you're
could
just
you-
lost in
Sorry,
thought.
we can't hear you from inside your room.
Sorry. I was lost in my mind again. I'd like to stay. And I will... Can't believe I'm saying this. I'll do whatever I can to stay. I have so many more questions than answers now. Like, why did we get that particular fetch quest, as it were? And then the house just disappears?
I mean, they said that it opened on the Isle of Eternia. A crack to the void here. I mean, I guess I know you're both not from here, but like, this is like...
It's not supposed to happen, that's for sure.
Correct. In a society controlled by mages, like, this is very upsetting. I'm sure my, I'm sure I'm sure my family is quite upset about this matter. My father plays a direct role in part of the security of the Citadel. I'm really curious to know what he knows. And perhaps, maybe this weekend, I will go home and see if I can inquire a bit further. I also want advice. I don't know what to do.
In terms of what?
Our circle, I've never seen. It's not unheard of that members of circles, like, we live in a dangerous world. There are, anomalies and hexes and bad mages, so to speak, out there, and just monstrosities. So people die and circles shrink and change and things happen, but we had 6 people. We are half of what we were. Perhaps there is something, I don't know, in scripture or prophecies that spoke of this. Maybe there is a cleansing, pattern, or a reattunement we can do and harmonize ourselves with other members, like when we took our entrance and we chose our house and got placed into our curricula, that caused us to attune to each other. Perhaps maybe there's something else we can do. I don't know. I'm just frazzled.
Is there anything else you wish to do this morning, or this late afternoon? And you're aware of the time, and no one seems to bother you as long as you've been in here, which is odd.
This is just like the next morning.
Yeah.
After we got back from the woods, like the Forbidden Forest.
Yeah.
Did we tell people?
Yeah, we ran into Lucian and Seraphim and Nadine and the other people. So they know, and
so they know, and no one's come to talk to us.
Yeah, no one's come to talk to you.
Okay, I just thought it was weird that no one has come to talk to us yet, and wake us up early in the morning to
I think they know that we've been through a lot, so.
Yes. However, one would think, one would assume that there is someone on faculty to counsel students through these traumatic instances. As you have said, we do live in a dangerous place. I'm continuing to not be super impressed with the Fractal Sanctorum's culture, if I'm honest.
Do you want to make your way to the infirmary then?
Well, not physically injured.
They have
real messed
people
up
there to speak to as well. It's not just physical. They also take care of emotional and mental needs there.
Should we find Lucian?
Maybe we should go speak to Lucian.
Do we still have the speak stone with him?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, for sure.
Here, Zeki, you call him this time. Or use
I don't
Sully.
know who Zeki is. But...
Zeki!
Hi, Sully. We'll surely use the stone.
Here, Sully.
Sully, use the Sully.
Sorry, it's a form of Elvish. for ally, friend.
Beep, boop, boop. And I hit the stone in these very specific order. Lucian, we need to talk about yesterday. And even more importantly, the past few days.
There's a pause for a moment as you hear a response. You're awake. I want to give you your space. I'm out in the war room. Whenever you need me.
To the rest of the everybody hear that? Like it's like on speaker or whatever?
Yeah, I would say this is.
Yeah.
This is,
Okay. There's a war room?
Yeah, that's where we did our exam when we first got here.
Yeah, it's connected down the hall.
Hmm.
Like
Sorry.
our training room.
I was thinking of
It's-
something else.
It's okay. I forgot the first time we went back into it, too.
What do you say we all head over there?
I think that's a good idea. I imagine that Lucian is probably also in a bad place, and we should check on him because
Yeah.
I think he also lost some other students before us. So, yeah. Big Steve, do you want to go for a walk?
Big Steve walks on over and seems to be very attached to you. For all intents and purposes, after this dramatic effect, Big Steve is a animal companion of yours. So you can use his abilities, which he can dodge and attack, and he gets a normal dog, which I think is like a D4 bite, but he only has 6 HP. But yes, he is your animal companion. In doing so, he walks on over to you, clinging to you, Ink, and kind of lifts up and seems to want to leave the room.
Let's go to the war room, and then maybe I'll take Big Steve outside.
Yeah, okay.
I want to take such good care of this dog. Are you kidding me?
So, and it's a weird juxtaposition of a feline-like Ink and this dog as
Best buds. Best buds.
their best buds. As you all kind of collect your things and continue to walk through the door, heading through the tunnel, you open it up and then appear into that large war room that you had to take your first exam. As sitting on the table, sitting on a chair next to a table, looking directly at your door, so it's kind of weird. You open up, you see directly staring at you is Lucian in his all black robe. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Greetings, sir.
He stands up and dusts himself off nervously. I'm fine. How are you?
Physically all right. And I think that is where the statement ends. If I speak for, I may speak for the rest of us.
Yes, to quote the elders, feeling pretty shitty.
Yeah.
I would imagine so. He has this look on his face. He always is very stoic and strong, but he looks not, I'm gonna say broken, just that outer shell has fallen, and he's now showing signs of worry and compassion as he walks up towards you, his cloak kind of billowing as he quickly gets about 10 feet to all three of you and just walks around you, just kind of expecting you. I know you've three been through a lot, and no, it was never my intention, none of our intention, to put you through so much danger. Everything that's happened is unprecedented. And I just want to know that you are okay. Your well-being is my utmost importance.
What happened to your other circles?
I've had two other circles before you. One, and he kind of walks back and goes to sit down in the air and just kind of just hovers there floating, crossing his legs and his arms. My first circle was a battalion. I worked with the Baraset army. Kind of a mutual swap of intelligence and battle ability. We were investigating a very powerful hex, a grand hex, And I was the only one who made it out there alive. The second was a group of 2 that attuned to me after using the augury sphere. They, however, were quite curious and lost themselves in the ether. They are no more and are part of the ley lines. You are my third.
I'll just sigh and like put my lips to my fingertips and contemplate what he said.
Now, please do not think that this is in any way an accusatory question toward you. You are our leader. You are our professor, and I am coming to you with all the respect that is due to you. Have other circles experienced this kind of issue under other professors, or has it just been the circle under your purview? I'm merely asking as this is very mysterious and very upsetting.
He pauses for a moment, trying to keep his composure, but his eyes regress back as he thinks. There have been instances with other circles that have been completely wiped out. This is a dangerous world, Inc. And we train those to defend themselves as best as they can. Now, in terms of the frequency and the intensity of how I lost my circles, I would feel that, I don't know, the 9 must hate me, or I don't know what, I just feel that I must be cursed in some way.
Well, besides the 9, do you have any enemies who might want to harm you through harming your circle? I'm trying to run a little investigation here. I want to make sure, but I think maybe you shouldn't say that you're cursed. I think that's intense. I'm doing such a bad job right now. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Perhaps we could do we were brainstorming earlier. Perhaps there's a reattunement or harmonization we could do. And if you are cursed, maybe we could take a look at it and try again. I don't think that you're destined for this to happen forever. You've been a strict but
Fair.
helpful and fair instructor so far.
Mm-hmm.
I have many enemies, but I wanted to stop. Seraphim wanted me to continue. I owe them everything. But now I feel like they were misguided. Just know, I'm here for you whenever you need it. You are not expected to return to classes. You can take as much time as you need. You can speak to whoever you want, explore the grounds. You've been through a lot. We are still searching for Kievan and Seraphim. But we can only go so far of you into the 9 hells. And one can only survive so long there.
So it is certain that portal was to the 9 hells?
Yes. But please keep that between those who have witnessed this event. We need to report to the Pontifex. This happened within his realm. And we have to report with the rest of the Recherche. And all of you know, the Pontifex is the head of this realm of Corinth, where you are in, and the Recherche are the leaders of all the primary citadels. Sully, you specifically would know that one of the Recherche would be the Cloak and Dagger.
Mm-hmm.
That is really going high up the chain, then. Will a congregation of the leaders happen?
I don't know yet. We are still searching. But please, keep this between us.
What about the scars on the campus?
The one that was in our common room?
Well, obviously you've closed that one, but the bigger one, the one to the void, and these smaller ones that keep opening, like, how are we to prevent them from happening again? And do we know? Like, what are people saying, Lucian? What are people talking about? That there's, scars, an opening to the void here on our citadel.
The noble houses are worried, yes. We are just letting everyone know that, yes, a hex, maybe even a grand hex, appeared here on the Isle of Eternity. We're not letting them know anything about the Nine Hells, about Radaman, or how your circle was involved. But to be prepared, they do know one thing, that you valiantly battled against the forces that came out of the void and are heroes. Because you were.
All right. I don't know what to do. Should we just eventually try and carry on? I know we're here to study and learn, but it's so hard right now.
Can we help in the search at all?
No, just be normal students. Your cantrips will be coming up soon. Study, practice. You may be called upon one day, soon. You should be ready. You're involved somehow. Deeper than we may not even know.
It's hard to imagine studying at a time like this.
Yeah, my heart's just not in it. It's so much.
I know. And I'm so sorry.
Lucian, can we trust the other teachers here? There seems to be just like secrets and lies, and I understand that like people need to not everyone can know everything. Some things need to be locked, and there are reasons why things are kept hidden, but I feel as if there is still a rot among the faculty and houses, and Seraphim said old friend to Radaman. When they were fighting, she tried to reason with him, and then ultimately when they went to battle, she said, "Leave this place, old friend." What does that mean? What is going on? And I just sort of like hit my hands on the table, like, this is ridiculous.
Roll me a persuasion check, Zendark.
Okay. I'm pretty decent. Let's see. Now I'm just cursed myself by saying that. Natural 20.
What? Boom, 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 boom.
23. Thank you, Dragonfly. Dragon fruit. Dragon fruit dice.
Wow, 23. He turns away from you all, looking towards a large stained glass window in the back of the wardroom, before taking a large sigh and turning back around to all of you. This also is to be kept between us. Radaman is an ancient devil, once of the divine, as is Seraphim. They were once something greater. Together they formed an entity, something called a Deva. In an events that happened far before any of us were even a spectacle. In the eras of yore, there was an event, something that tore them asunder, creating the dark half Radaman and the light of Seraphim. They then, Seraphim, came to help build and shape Adramel, creating the Fractal Centaurum, as well as helping create the Recherche of Greymore. That is all I know.
They were the same being. Why is this not being studied? Like, I understand that they are a person, but like, to come from the divine, like, this is fascinating, and I hold a great respect for them, but this is, I don't know.
It goes far beyond my understanding. And something, as you mentioned before, about the Faction Wars, Inc. I looked at Seraphim, and there was something that lit in their eyes. I don't know what it all means. But right now, it seems at least there's some peace. But be on your guard. And unless you have any other question for Lucian, Lucian kind of will just continue to train and do his normal duties within the war room. And you can ask him any question you wish as he walks around. Says, "If you excuse me."
Will you be in the war room today and about, or should we need you, where could we find you?
You can find me here. I have some things to work out.
All right.
Ink. Zendark. Should we head to the library then?
Yeah.
I have something in mind.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Either way.
Let's go to the library. And then I have an idea after the library. And then I have an idea after the library. Sorry, I got confused.
Alrighty. So, you go ahead and proceed to leave the war room, entering into the Fractal Centaurum proper. Immediately, you see that the halls are filled with students who are chattering, and upon seeing you, immediately stop, and it eerily becomes quiet within the halls. As everyone kind of turns and looks at you, you pause for a moment as applause start to roar through the students as they all walk up to you. Thank you, Migoos. Thank you. As people are just saying thank you. What you've done was a greatness. I've heard you stop the hex. Thank you. And so on and so forth, as all the students seem to be respecting the actions that you went from, that you went through.
Thank you. We tried our best, and we're glad to make you all proud. Please give us some space. We're recovering and grieving.
We have suffered much, but this is a much better reaction than last time. We would appreciate our privacy and your understanding during all of this.
We simply did what every one of you would have done.
For your circles.
They all look and nod their heads. Of course, thank you again. With all your passive perceptions, because he's not trying to hide, you see kind of in the corner of a little, kind of like the back corner of the hallway, is the familiar half-elven gentleman, Grem Meter, as he stares at you with the crossed arms, as people kind of surround you, and you just hear him go, huh! And he walks away.
I'll offer a bow to the class, and thank you. We'll all be back in full swing soon enough, and your praise means a lot, especially after everything that happened. We'll continue to make this Citadel proud. Go Arcanes. Whatever our team is. Go.
I don't actually have one. I'll come up with some.
Go, right? I just thought of go Isotopes.
They're the pseudo dragons. We'll call them the
go pseudo dragons. That's a good.
Yeah, they're the pseudo dragons. Okay.
And then I'll
We are the drakes of this world, I see.
we'll go make sort of making our way to the library.
Okay.
Making our way to the library, walking fast, trying to avoid attention.
And as you say, you continue to make your way, still as you pass students, getting applause and going ahead and telling him your spiel if you wish, as you make your way to the large doors of the library, pushing them open. You step inside, and the library is full of people who look on at you, and you're sort of a spectacle so far in every room you go to. But after letting them know, they do respectively back off and continue with their studies as you have entered this multi-floored facility. What would you like to do?
So, I think we need to look into devas and figure out what they are. Do you think Elvira will have the proper texts in her personal library?
Oh.
It came into handy when I was trying to figure out what Radaman was doing.
Yes, I do.
But before we do that, are we sure that we can trust Elvira?
No, but she owes us, so we can just check her stuff, right? We could just use her library as needed. Like, we can just be like, we're going to just do some research, spend half a day here.
But you don't think it was weird or strange that she wanted information on Seraphim and now Seraphim's gone?
Of course I do. That's why I said that's illusion. Do you think that she knows that she's a piece of? Ink, did you find a coloring book? We're talking about important things over here.
I'm sorry. I took Big Steve out to the courtyard for a break.
Oh.
Definitely not my internet dying real quick.
Oh, okay.
Ugh.
Big Steve, yeah, good idea. We
Yeah.
can't. No, we don't want no wet books.
Sorry, my internet just decided to crap out on me, which is fun.
No worries, I
That's
figured.
great.
I think now that you're back, Ink, Sully suggests that we go speak to Elvira Wintermoon and perhaps use some of her books since she still owes us. And she was so interested in Seraphim, remember? So perhaps we
true.
can, I don't want to say, you know.
Play both sides, but
Right, but let's see.
but
Like,
Sometimes you have to get in bed with the enemy to ultimately take down their plans. I'm not saying Elvira is like, a devil or something, but
she knows something.
It's
is
just-
what- she
it's
knows
just
something.
weird.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Let's go. And perhaps she's learned something from the books we've provided her.
There could also be an update from that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It is mid-afternoon, so she should hopefully be in her office. Let's go check in. Good plan, Sully. And I'll head towards the front desk to speak to the librarian there to see if Elvira is in her office.
Alrighty. So you go ahead and walk toward the front desk, and as you do, coming from around what seems to be like a shelf that blocks whatever's behind there, is a robotic gentleman. Well, mostly stone than metal, but a combination of both. He wears what looks to be a very dapper, almost Shakespearean-like Elizabethan puffy pants and matching shirt. Though his face looks completely mechanical as he walks up to you. Hello, welcome.
Is this like an automaton or a warforged, or is it like a Nimblewright?
It looks like a warforged, so like an actual sold
Okay.
person.
Because that I totally would do something if it was a Nimblewright instead. But all right. Greetings, Professor. Perhaps you could help us. We are looking or inquiring if Elvira Wintermoon, the dean, is in.
I'm not a professor here. I just work at the library. I work underneath Elvira. And you wish to speak to her?
Yes, we've been corresponding with her over the past few days, and we're here to check in with her.
Oh, certainly. And you're the Magoos. She told me that you would have access to her personal library quarters any moment. Would you like me to guide you there? I believe she's in a meeting with the other deans, but I can let her know.
Oh, perfect. No, don't interrupt her, please. We'll guide us to the library, and you can just simply let her know that we have started some research when she is out of her meeting.
Certainly will do. Follow me this way, please. And the librarian continues to lead you through the same familiar pathway into that dark room forward that magical door appears ahead of you as he goes, right this way, and let me know if you need anything.
What's his name? Sir, what's your name?
My name is...
You're not a professor, you're librarian what?
You can call me Bortho.
Bortho.
Mm-hmm.
A pleasure, Bortho.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine.
Appreciate your assistance. And can I have your official title?
Oh, I am the lieutenant librarian.
Lieutenant librarian. Cool. Put that in the notes.
I am. Thank you. So he was so sad that I called him a
Already
professor,
done.
so I
Already done.
needed to. Is it? Because I updated it in the.
I
I updated
I'm-
the table. I don't know where you have that.
I'm not touching the notes because I'll ruin it.
I just put it in the notes.
All right. Thank you, Lieutenant Librarian Bortho.
Mhm.
Appreciate your support.
No problems. Have a good one. And he continues to move off, heading back into the front area as you can easily open up the door and enter back into the private chambers of Elvira.
This is the same room we've been in before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think we have any qualms. We're here to we're here to search. So we're gonna like head on in and dig into it.
Okay. So you all walk inside of this large cedar room as the door closes behind you. There you see the walls of all strange occultish items and sorts, and books upon books of ancient tomes and secrets once thought lost, and can easily inspect anything in this room if you so wish.
Scan for notes on the divine is what I'll do. I'll say, I'm going to look for notes on the divine and the, what was it? The Holy Wars that he was talking about?
The faction wars between
Faction.
the dragons. I was also
Yeah.
going to see if there was any.
Do you want to
written
take that
record about
topic?
I
You
will
take
look
that.
into yes, I will look into the faction wars as that was one of the things that I was taught under the tutelage of the elders.
Okay, I'm going to look for notes on Seraphim and the divinity and perhaps that merge or split or anything that maybe is there. And just so you know, DM, I'm going to also, since she's not here, first go to her desk and look for like personal journals
Ooh,
first before I go to like
sneaky.
the library.
Ink is definitely looking at the public tomes. Ink is not.
No, Sully got it in my mind.
Yes.
Like, when he was like, we gotta get in bed with the enemy, I'm like, yes, we're gonna read her journal.
I'm not trying to be like that necessarily. But, I mean, if we have to do it, we gotta figure out the plans.
Alrighty, so Zendark is looking in the private area. We have Ink, who's going to go into the legal stuff that's open, and Sully, once again, what are you?
I would like to peruse the private library. If Ink is in the public library.
Oh well, no, you're technically in the private library, and
You
Zendark.
meant like her notebooks versus the books on the shelves.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm going books on the shelves.
I'm also going
Dark's
book on
going-
shelves.
Going.
I'm not
books-
like rattling the drawers and
Yeah.
like moving stuff, but like if there's journals or
Uh-huh.
notes on her desk, I will flip and move them.
Got
Yes.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Flip.
Move.
I will also keep note of the page that it's current. I'm gonna take a snapshot of how it is.
Totally. Okay, so the three of you split up with Ink and Sully meeting over at the section of the wall with all the public things to grab that she said you had free access to. Zendark, we'll start with you. You make your way over towards her desk. She does have a large desk full of papers, and you immediately walk on over to them. Just roll me an investigation check, please.
Can I be like, this is a mess, and touch my forehead and guide myself to just sort of like mentally prepare for a second to like rifle through someone's shit? Okay, thank you. Investigation, you said? Yes, yes, max. Natural 20 with a 4 on my guidance plus 4, 28.
Oh wow!
Holy
You king of
shit.
the nat 20s today.
Damn.
Yes. I'm gonna just log off so that way I have a perfect record after this.
Yep, perfect.
Zendaric, as you go ahead and look and quickly scan, your visual prowess has increased over the course of the couple days using your magical abilities of your eye so often, and you're able to quickly scan everything intently, receiving all that information in a short amount of time. As you do, the first layer of notes are all like notes on meetings that the faculty has, and it all seems to be just mundane things that are not important. Though you do catch underneath some of the piles paperwork that speaks about the eras of past, on the knowledge that was lost and how to retrieve this knowledge from the void. It seems like, because she was asking, and she was very, especially with Kievon saying having relics of the void, that she was very interested in the void and the secrets it holds. And lots of the notes are questioning, saying that how deep are the layers, other planes of existences, question mark, and it's the afflicted is written with like a big lines going across at the bottom. As you continue to inspect the notes, you do also notice that as you move your hand around, like you hit the side of the desk and you hear something rattle, but there should be nothing there, and you realize there's a secret compartment here. You slide it open and notice that it is locked, leading to you don't know what, but there is a lock mechanism there as well.
Sully, Ink, I
What did
found
you
some-
do?
I was just taking a quick peek at some of the paperwork and things on the desk that wasn't quite put away yet. And I happened to notice, flip, right here is a few interesting lines. And this statement, and also this drawer is secret drawer.
Oh,
Is
oh
it
boy.
open?
No. But it was a hidden secret drawer. And I'd love to know what's in it. Because, like, tap, 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 tap. You hear that there's something in there?
Oh no.
Oh gosh, my animal handling is garbage.
Big Steve. Can you keep watch as we try and open this drawer?
Go ahead and roll me an animal handling check.
Oh god. This is gonna be bad. Ugh.
Believe.
Okay. Gah.
Oh.
Eight.
I roll for my rolls are trash. Absolute nonsense.
Bixie kind of goes and kind of scratches his like neck with his hind leg before kind of walking around and just kind of walking
No.
off in the distance in the room.
That's not gonna work. Okay. Big Steve, we're figuring some stuff out, me and Big Steve. I will keep watch then for anything if anyone else is better at picking locks.
Yeah, I think that's gonna end up being me. Here, and I like pull out my
'Cause
thieves' tools.
I don't want to pick it, but maybe we have to. I feel like it's up to us.
Yeah, I kind of like sigh, and I'm like bummed, like I'm just not prepared for this. As like I like flick my like wrist, and like a bunch of like picks come out, and I'm like ready to go.
Perfect. So Ink is now standing with like, I guess like the door cracked to like keep an eye. Not like standing all the way out because that would be too suspicious, but like is watching
Got it.
for the professor just in case.
Okay.
Mhm.
Perfect.
All right, so I am proficient with thieves' tools.
I
Oh.
would like to point out where the pieces are and guide you as I'm like, don't forget this and this little piece here, and I'm gonna let you chew it, but don't this little bit here.
Perfect.
Nice.
And
So,
cool, what were you gonna do?
What?
Were you gonna do something as well?
Oh, I was maybe gonna give you some bardic inspiration, but you've got guidance, so I'll save that for some bigger. Because I don't get those many times.
Okay.
Might want to hang on to them because guidance is a cantrip. You can just
Yeah.
like fucking do it all day.
Yeah.
I get like 2 charges of bardic.
Okay. Yeah, save that.
Yeah,
all right.
Especially if we get caught.
yeah.
You're still exhausted, BT dubs.
Oh, let me. Oh,
I
good.
mean, I
Good
am, but I'm
call.
not.
Let me give you guys a long rest.
No.
Let me give you guys a long rest.
Thank you. Long rest.
Okay. And
Oh, I
I'll
feel
take
so
off-
rested.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Let's take
Oh
off
my
that.
gosh.
And also that well studied is now gone.
It was nice.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Sully, as you go ahead and got all of your thieves' tools, you can go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check with your proficiency bonus added to see if you can pick this lock.
Okay. So I will add 2 to the roll, as that is my proficiency bonus. 2 a sleight of hand. Well, a 19, unfortunately.
A 19, you go ahead and you put your thieves' tool in and twist, and this is a difficult lock. You go ahead and try to get all the pistons and push them down, but as you do, you feel your thieves' tools pushing up against force, and they're about to snap, and you pull them out. No. It's not enough to unlock it, unfortunately.
That sounded unsuccessful.
It was. This lock has just like 6 pins in it. I don't know. I'm used to, most normal locks having 4. This one seems to have 6, and I just don't have an extra hand to hold 2 extra pins.
I can give you an extra hand. And I'll mage hand a spectral hand.
I could always try again, I guess. I don't know. Or do
So-
I have to let that cool down, DM?
So we'll say it takes you about to pick a lock is like 10 to 1 minute kind of event as you're focusing there for a little bit. So you can try again. Just know that amount of time will pass
Okay.
because it seems like Ink, you see no one. It's safe so far.
No sign of Elvira. If you wanna buddy
Okay.
up and give it another go.
I'm going to, since guidance can last a minute, I'm going to cast guidance on him again. And I'm going to say, show me where I can help you. And if I can turn or twist, and I'd like to use the help action to help him
Mm-hmm.
and actually physically be there and maybe even mage hand a third hand to help pry or hold something for him.
Oh, totally. So you can make the same check at advantage, Sully.
Okay.
Is this it? Sorry.
I'm just triple checking my knack. Oh, yeah. We're good. We're going to be good. We're going to be good. We're going to be good.
Good.
Also,
Nope. What?
No,
what
nothing.
what,
No.
what were we going to say, DM?
No.
This is critical.
well, you didn't roll at advantage, so
I did not.
you get to
So
roll again.
I do, in fact.
Okay.
Plus the-
Plus the
So
three.
that'll be plus the 3. And then
So 20,
is that a passing number?
so
25.
25. What I was going to say is since Zendaric has the star from last night and you're helping with this, you could apply another reroll if you wanted to. But 25. So as you go ahead and take the other like 15-ish minutes to go ahead and get this. Ooh, it's a hard lock. Whatever's in here, she's trying to hide it. But yes, Zendark is helping well enough, getting those last 2 pistons as the door
We
opens up.
committed crimes. We committed crimes. We committed crimes. Oh yeah.
Let me tell you, I have the book to learn the knock spell in my backpack. I just haven't had the time to figure it out. Okay? This would have been easier tomorrow.
Yeah, and I kept forgetting about my new knacks. But anyways, it's open.
What's in it?
All right. You go ahead and
What's in the box?
who's grabbing it? You got like opening it
I'll
up?
grab it. I opened it. I might as well do the other illegal part.
All right, so Sully, you go ahead and pull and grab the book, and it looks to be a leather-bound journal. As you open it up, it is Elvira's personal journal.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Zendark, I think this is exactly what you were looking for.
I will. Ooh, quickly I don't have detect magic, but I would like to just sense magic to see is this magically trapped?
Well, that would.
And I hold it. I'll hold it. No, F it. I'm just gonna open it. We don't got time for this. We spent so much
we don't got time. It's
We
fine.
don't got time for
hey,
this.
hey, we're traumatized. It's fine.
We're
Why don't you
traumatized.
open it with a mage hand?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna just open it with my hands.
All right.
He hands it to me. It doesn't matter at this point. It's gonna get
Yeah,
me.
who
It's gonna
cares?
get
What
me.
are they gonna do? Kill us?
So Scully pulls out the book and sees that it has her name on it or whatever, and hands it to me. And I'll just be like, come on, there's got to be something good in here. And I'll put it down on the desk right in front of us and open it.
Okay, roll me a quick investigation check because you're unless you're sitting down and slowly going to do this, or you're just quickly trying to.
I'll turn to the last page, the last written page. 8.
Okay, 8.
I'll use my D8, my advantage.
Yeah, so you get to roll it again.
This is worth it. Oh my god.
Nope.
Wow.
Hi, dear diary. It's me, Elvira. Today I had a piece of toast and walked around the library.
Right, I flip to the page where she just mumbles in a stupor or something.
Would I be able to read that? Is it written in a secret coded language? I've
So,
oftentimes done that sort of thing with my sister. It's a simple word or letter replacement.
so Zendark, as you open it up and go to the last page, so strangely enough, close to as Ink had said or Rachel had said, it's more like today I went jogging. What a beautiful day! 10 steps up the hill, and written down there, and you're just not making any sense of it, Zendark. But Sully, please roll me a perception or investigation check.
And be like, she's just mumbling. It's nonsense.
Well, it is a personal journal, so maybe.
At this level of security, ridiculous.
Well, people guard their important secrets very closely.
Oh yes. Good
Oh
job.
fuck yeah, Sully.
21.
Good
21. So Sully, you begin looking at the pages, and as Zendark is quickly flipping through them and seeing this nonsense of just daily her diet and things she went on and common things, and you're looking at it. This is not what it seems to be, as your rogue feature of having, you understand, thieves can't kicks on. And yes, as you had mentioned that this is a thieves can't, and you're trying to read it, and it more reads to be that with dates, recent dates, and times, and it reads such as being on assignment is worrisome. I'm worried about I'm worried about what Seraphim is going to do. They keep searching for this Radaman, and I've collected as much data on Radaman as I can, but I can't quite put it. It's something to do with the Void. The Paragon is worried about that Seraphim's power. Their reach goes too great, and they're delving into something that can destroy us all.
What was that organization name again? Sorry.
It says the Paragon.
The Paragon.
You
Okay.
can
Or person. It might not be an organization.
right.
But
You can. I'll let you roll a Are you saying this out loud, or are you just kind of reading this?
I'm not like proclaiming it to like the whole library or room, but I am kind of like saying it as I do like mental translations in my head.
Okay. I would say if you say the Paragon out loud, I will say that as you're reading it, and Ink, you instinctively know the Paragon is the leader of the Baraset army.
I relay that information to Sully as if it is said out loud.
The Baraset army.
The Baraset Eldritch army.
Baraset
Is-
Eldritch army.
Do I know more about that? The Baraset Eldritch Army, like
Yep.
as someone who's from there.
Exactly. Yes. So you know the Baraset Eldritch Army are so just like the Fractal Centaurum is the citadel of Corinth and the most powerful like body of spellbinders. There, the Baraset does not have a school per se, more so like a military academy called the Baraset Eldritch Army, and they are just mage. They are battlemancy mage slayers, and they're like cutthroat and they're led by the Paragon, who's like the hero. Think of them like extremely lawful good, like super lawful good. More than lawful, I guess.
I was not strong enough to be elected to go to that school. I have a knack for oration, but the Paragon is kind of a big deal.
And it seems that Elvira's working for them. Maybe an infiltrating spy of some sort?
Interesting.
Maybe.
Well, being dean of the libraries certainly would get you lots of information. Anything else you find?
Roll me a perception check, please, Ink.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. Yeah-oh.
Perception, come here. Is that correct? Hold on. I'm changing
Oh,
my
boy.
dice color again. I'm changing it again. What stinks so bad is I dropped it before I got it into the chat box and it was a 19.
Oh,
I'm so mad. I'm so mad. So
11's not
mad.
horrible though.
Yeah.
So you kind of turn and hearing these names of your home realm, you go ahead and have conversation with Sully and Zendaric, and then all of a sudden you hear footsteps echoing close by. You didn't notice it until now, and then you can hear that voice saying that that meeting was so as you hear Elvira coming.
Well,
Quick, put the book back.
We'll quickly
Lock it.
Close
Okay.
it, close it, close it.
we'll put the book back, fold it up, and put it back in the drawer.
Okay. Roll
Quietly.
roll me a stealth. I think a stealth check. Whoever's putting it back in to make sure you are kind of trying to be deceptive.
Travis,
here.
what's your stealth? Oh, okay. Same. So I told you to put it back. So if you want to
Okay.
roll it, yeah, we're the
Okay.
same stealth, so it doesn't matter. Meta.
If is he helping me put it back though, like fixing the papers?
Sure.
And I'm like making sure like the
Yeah,
lock
help.
clicks back into place and everything.
Mm-hmm.
18.
18. All right. So you take the book, close it back, putting it in there. I'm trying to lock it as quick as you can using Sully's assistance as you hear Ink. Oh, that's funny. I didn't realize the door was open. Oh, I wonder if the Magoo are here. And the footsteps open up, and you kind of close the door.
I'm gonna say in my mind, I wish Ink would distract her for just like 2 more seconds. And Ink, you hear in your head, just distract her for 2 more seconds.
Whoa. What is
Shit,
this?
okay.
Yes.
Oh, in my head. Hello. What is Elvira's honorific in this scenario?
They're a dean, but they're the head dean of the library, the master of the library.
Hello, Dean. I had a quick question. I know that Big Steve was Kievan's companion, and I don't think Kievan ever asked if it was okay to have dogs in your office. He's in there now. Should I take him out? Is that something that you would require? I just want to be really, really respectful of your time, and your space. And I know that dogs aren't for everybody, but I've taken quite a shine to Big Steve, and I do like his presence. Considering everything that has happened to myself and my circle, but I really respect you and want to make sure that you're not made uncomfortable by things that might bring me comfort. Your comfort is paramount.
So you kind of step out and close the door behind you as you stop her there. She looks at you. Hi there, Ink. I'm so glad to see you again.
Hi, hello again. I apologize. I'm slightly out of sorts.
No, that's quite all right. So you're in there. So is all of your Magoo circle in there?
Yes, we were in there. I only let Big Steve in, because you were not there. And I would be even more loath to have him running around the library unsupervised.
The dog from Kievan.
Yes, the Mastiff. Big
Yes.
Steve.
I mean, no worries, as long as he's not making a mess. And go ahead and roll me a deception check as you're trying to stall for time.
In these few moments, it's just enough to like get us to like fix the papers and walk away from the desk and like grab another book. So it looks like we've been doing other research.
Got it.
17, please.
17.
Wait a minute.
What?
Aren't you an actor? Aren't you an actor now?
Oh,
with
right.
your-
I get advantage on
With
that.
your
That didn't do-
deceptions?
That didn't do it for me. Okay.
You might
cool. I'm
you might
gonna-
have to click it each time.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if I highlight advantage and then grab to drag the deception, it'll do.
That's how it would do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll make something for that, actually. I'll make a... You're
Boop.
always at advantage for charisma.
That's 25 gonna do on lying. But also not lying, because Ink would be very concerned about like this dog being in people's spaces without permission.
And she was carrying a briefcase, a bag, and more like a traveler's bag. As she puts it down, kind of crosses her arms, and stops for a moment. Well, you don't have to worry about it. As long as you're sure to train the dog. She looks side to side slightly. I've heard about what happened. I'm so sorry with Kievan. And if you need anything, I'm here for you. To anything at all. I'm investigating actually that, so I can aid you.
We would appreciate. We've spoken to other faculty members. Just to understand further what has happened and just the sorrowfulness that has befallen our circle. Perhaps we should step inside in your office and discuss further.
Ink says just slightly louder as they like slowly open the door and like look in and go.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. And as a reminder, Big Steve is in here, but he is very... Big Steve, sit.
Because he was looking and just continue walking around.
Well, I will work on his training. Believe me. I'll go down to the town and buy a clicker or something. Promise.
Sure. No worries off me. Oh,
He's also been through a lot.
of course. Hello there, Sullies and Daric, as you have successfully, still counting your stealth check from 4, which was great, placed everything the way you wanted, grabbed another book, and are just chilling on one of the chairs reading whatever you happen to have in your hand. I see you're making yourself at home. I hope you're learning anything. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm just coming from a meeting.
Yes, your companion Bortho was quite helpful. He let us know that you were in a meeting and said that we could begin some research. And we're here just checking out some things, and also wanted to maybe see if you've learned anything.
And can I make an insight check on this meeting? Like, does that bag look like it's for more than just like, going to like a board meeting or whatever?
Sure. Go ahead and roll for me and insight check.
Like, would they have had to travel outside of the school for this meeting? Does it look like a weekend bag? Did they miss all of the events that just took place?
A 21. So you go ahead and you look her up and down a little bit. Yeah, the bag doesn't seem like. You look at it. There are tools hanging out of it, like pitons and like adventuring like gear that's kind of hanging a rope. As her clothes that are a little bit dirty. She always wears that kind of safari clothes, but they're usually, have you seen her, been very clean. Her boots look a little dirty after she's been out somewhere, and so it is suspicious if she went to a board meeting or meeting of the deans. Yeah. And why is she dressed in that attire and dirtied?
How was your field work?
My field, but yes. I had a meeting out in the fields. We were investigating the soil around the place where both the void was and the cathedral, where I've heard you all had your, event.
Is there some sort of textual importance for that?
Possibly. If it has anything to do with the 9 hells, then yes. We're trying to see if maybe the void itself that appeared, the dungeon, is connected to the 9 hells. Maybe there's some sort of bridgeway in between. We're not sure.
That seems...
It's just very strange the soils would be connected.
Right. I was going to say, they're 2 fundamentally different places, aren't they?
Yes, but and the passageway to the void can be opened in any plane, so my research says. So, if we think Radaman may have had something to do with the appearance of the void, then maybe he left some trace or some trail of some kind. I'm so sorry about what happened with Kayvon. He was a plethora of information that could have helped us.
Yes, it is quite unfortunate. We miss him dearly.
Yes. But I'm sure he'll be found. I'm sure you have nothing to worry about.
Can we ask you a few questions?
Sure.
We've just been sort of, now that some time has passed, we've been collecting our thoughts and going through this, and one of the things that struck us so odd, and we'd be curious to know what you take of this, is when Seraphim came to our rescue and was battling, she said old friend to Radaman. What do you make of that?
Elvira's eyes widened as you mentioned this. Really now? They said that.
She tried to not exactly reason with him, but it was clear that she cared deeply for us and for this space and didn't want to just start a war. and tried to talk to this Radaman and used just a very friendly phrase, I would say. It sounds like they have history. Do you know anything? And I'll pick up the book that I have, and it's like ancient, theories of, beginning Arcanum.
Certainly. Their eyes kind of dart left and right. Well, her eyes dart left and right as she begins to get lost in thought, as if she's recalling something or calculating something in her head. And then she looks down at you.
Is she now? I would like to cast Detect Thoughts requiring no spell slots or components and listen in on this bitch's heads.
Okay. So, you go ahead.
I sort of focus my eyes on her as I say this, and she thinks, and her eyes look left to right. I sort of probe deeper.
You go into her mind and begin to peer through the veil of her thoughts. And you only get surface thoughts, but she is immediately thinking things on the surface, and you hear, the Paragon may have been right. Seraphim is involved with Radaman. So, does that make Seraphim the Harbinger as well? I need more information. As she goes ahead and looks at you. Really, old friend? No, I have no idea what that could mean. But that is quite interesting. I could tell you that Radaman, from my research, is a devil entity. And that is what I discussed with the other deans. But what they would want, I don't know. And what connection with Seraphim, I don't even know that either.
They are quite a holy being, though, right?
Yes.
Seraphim is so angelic, and it would be preposterous to think that, they were in leagues with an evil being like Radaman, do you think?
I mean, Seraphim is I don't actually know exactly what species Seraphim is, but if anything, Seraphim may be long-lived, but I wouldn't say that they were a deity or divine and anything like that. Surely very clerical.
But why would they be hanging out with the Harbinger? I found it in this book right here, and I point to this book that I used in your library that clearly reveals more about Radaman than one you're letting on.
Oh. Well, yeah, so I see you have read and did your research. Yes, Radaman indeed is this harbinger of chaos, serving some type of entity, I'm not sure. I just don't know how they could be ever connected to Seraphim.
Well, maybe opposites attract.
Well, Seraphim was very long-lived, and we grow and we change through things. So there could have been a betrayal of Radaman to Seraphim. There are many reasons to address someone as old friend.
But Radaman is thousands of years old, from eras prior, and has been trapped for how long?
We talked to some witch that was supposed to have been dead for over 100 years.
Time has been very strange.
Yeah.
Huh. So do you think that Seraphim is much, much older than she appears to be? Perhaps era old?
An era? That seems like...
If they know of Radaman. And you still have the ability to peer deeper with your detect talk if you want, but then...
I'm not doing that yet. I don't want her to know.
Do it.
No, because they know. Then they know that you're digging in. Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
And how long does it last?
A minute.
Okay, so you're still reading her mind as everything she's saying, like she's like how everything be connected. She's in her mind. You're hearing, the Paragon was right. So Seraphim is not truly whatever they have claimed to be. I've heard rumors that Seraphim is one of the Deva. Maybe this should be reported back to and then probably around then is when the connection would end.
It would end. Okay. I am, and we haven't like openly learned about Deva or the Paragon or anything like that yet.
No, the Paragon. You can roll me a history check.
I'm actually trained in history, so I might know about them.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on fire today. 25.
Yeah.
Nice.
Crushing it.
Ink, you know, and then Dark, you know, and you probably know a little bit more about history. Actually, no. Roll me a history check as well, Ink. I just want to see if you're gonna know more than just face value.
Oh, okay. Boop. $19.
19, very good. So the both of you know that the Paragon is the leader of the of Barreset. It's a military state, an autocracy run by the military. So the leader of the military, who is the Paragon, essentially runs the entire realm. But they are lawful good. They're just very strict in everything they do. Every age, you could say, or every generation, a new Paragon is chosen to lead, someone who is the reincarnation. I think almost like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Once a Paragon dies, the next person is then chosen, and then they are raised to become the next Paragon. We're just like a little in between, probably 10 years difference without the actual them ruling. This year, this generation, Gwynessa Turvant is the current Great Paladin, or the Paragon, and she has been the kindest, greatest. She's solved so many different hexes and has protected the entire Barreset during her rule. And that's probably about all you would know from the history and then just how the state of things are now with the Barreset army.
I don't know Travis, don't know of a way to like weave that into a conversation to get her to start talking about it. So I don't want to like tip her off because we don't know that she's like from that area, or how it ties together. So I'll say, what was the last thing that she said to us?
Oh, she has no idea. She stated she had no idea what connection Seraphim would have with Radaman, but then
With Radaman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, with how time has been, like Sully said, time has been so weird, how they could potentially have known each other or known of each other, but they were maybe not divine, but they certainly were angelic or had some form of majesty. I wonder if there's a specific group or citadel or perhaps family that specializes in this that we could learn about. Do you have any recommendations who would know about this that we could dig into?
You mean more? Go ahead.
Or perhaps even something about like the history of such devils and people who align themselves with them.
And conversely, the angels too. I think researching both sides would be beneficial.
Well, I may know of someone here you can speak to. You can talk to my father, Reginald. He is head of my house here and has all knowledge when it comes to things of otherworldly origin. I'm sure you of House Zen can easily find your way over to the Moonstone Estate. You should have no trouble there, and using your name, I'm sure you can garner an audience with my father.
Absolutely. Can I state that we have your blessing to request such meeting?
Yeah, I have no worries there. You can. I'll even let them know. Now, my father is actually away on business, but he should be returning within a fortnight. So.
Oh, fantastic. Then I'll make arrangements for a future meeting and send correspondence for us to meet when he returns.
Excellent.
And I'm going to make a mental note / DM note that Zendark is going to reach out to my retainers and have them reach out to the Moonstone Estate to have my people talk to his people to make this arrangement.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Fantastic. And Reginald Moonstone would be a fantastic person to speak to. So thank you for offering his expertise.
Of course. So is there anything else you needed from me? Like I said, you're free to go around and peruse the books as our agreement. And you have given me fantastic information per what we had talked about before. So anything you need is yours.
Have you made any progress with the books from the Void? Has anything come about? I know it's only been a very short time, but, you know.
Not much, but I'm digging into it. I'm finding these samples. I'm trying to see if there's a connection. Maybe somehow we can find Seraphim and Kayvon and Seraphim and Radaman through the void that opened up where you have first entered, since that is where Radaman was found, as well as looking for your other circle members who may be in the Nine Hells as well.
All right.
GM.
Mm-hmm.
As we're kind of having this conversation, would I be able to do some kind of subtle sign language of sorts that would be taken as thieves' cant?
Okay, and to what end?
I just want to like kind of be not saying anything like important or that would like blow our thing, but just like that I know it kind of thing. Like I'm practicing, like almost as if I was practicing saying some things in Thieves' Cant almost absent-mindedly, like the red door will show you more or something like that, like some like silly-ish kind of thing that would be what my sister would have taught me growing up.
Okay.
And I want to see if Elvira like picks up on it and or responds.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Come on. I don't notice it if she notices it.
So you go ahead and perform these hand signs and gestures that you've learned back from your sister. And you try to see if you notice any reaction, but you don't see. She doesn't seem to change. You don't know. She could have, she could not have, but if she did, you didn't see.
Son of a bee sting. Damn. Okay.
Alrighty. Well, Elvira says, turning to you all, I have some work to finish up and take some notes. I'm just gonna go over to my desk. Like I said, you're free to stay as long as you like, and if you need anything, well, I'm right over here. And she walks on over to her desk and inspects it for a moment, sits down and grabs some of the papers that were a mess, puts them into a pile, and then takes out a quill, dabs it in ink, and then begins writing. So, you found the information from the book, but you didn't do any of your initial research. Did you want to spend time still doing that, or did you want to do something else?
Yeah, I think we should spend some time actually looking for things we came here for.
Yeah, let's have a look around in the actual stacks that are here. Very quietly, not to interrupt Elvira or anything.
All right. Okay, so remind me, Zendar, you were looking for, besides looking through her stuff?
I mean, I was, looking for more information on angels and demons, but she basically offered her father to help us understand more about the history of that. So now I will focus my attention on the earlier age, because Ink said that she was they were gonna look for the war and the faction war. So I don't want to double up. So I'm gonna look for like the history of Arcana in the earlier ages, and maybe about, I don't know, angels or demons, and see like if I could find something like that. Just
Okay.
other information that she may have out.
Okay.
Or like devas or anything like it along that line, celestial stuff like that.
Perfect. All right, so looking at for otherworldly beings. Ink, remind me, what were you looking for?
Information about the faction war between the dragons.
Got it. And Sully, you were helping Ink with that? Or you were looking up that as well? Or...
I was originally doing that, but I was like kind of really looking for information on the Devas. But I guess after hearing Elvira's answers to things, I would just help Ink look up stuff about the Dragon Wars.
Okay. All right. So either Ink or Sully, you can roll at advantage as you are working together to find that. An investigation check. And Zendark, an investigation check again, please.
Cool. I guess I'll roll the investigation
You get advantage. Oh, advantage.
with advantage.
I believe in you.
13.
How very middle of the road of you, Rachel.
That's not bad.
yeah. I mean, it's low stakes. Just
Yeah.
Ink knows stuff about the faction wars. It's just like finding more information at all.
Mm-hmm.
17.
17. All right. So, two of you spend, or three of you spend some time in the office. Elvira doesn't bother you as she continues to move up and down, going to other sections of her library and replacing books and grabbing books and taking notes. Zendaric, you start to dive in first in otherworldly beings and devas, angels and demons and things that you can find, which are 17. You find several books on the history of this plane and the cosmic makeup of this of the plane of Adramel. You see the celestial plane where the gods, the 9, reside, and there are many, even though there are 9 deities, all aligned or aspects of the 9 sets of alignments. They have many different avatars of themselves that exist within between the plane of Adramel. So maybe there will be a lawful good deity of the forest, for instance, and there might be a neutral good deity of the forest, and so on and so forth. And they power certain domains of Adramel. These avatars can sometimes break free, it seems, of their divine duties and become something known as devas. Also, similar things like Asimars come up as well in your studies. And in terms of the demonic the polar opposite of these, not demons but devils, and the devils have the same amount of power as well. It doesn't mention much about their pantheon. There are many different archdevils, all led by Asmodeus, though. It does read that they send their own aspects and avatars and have the same exact ordeal that people worship as well. And that's probably all the information you get, the general broad information on how the angels and devils work in tangent with this plane. All right. Up next, we have Ink and Sully. So the two of you are looking into the faction wars, and there is information. Now, when you look for the faction wars, these are old books. Like these books, you take much care in as you begin to read each page intently and learn more information. Within the time with a 13, you are able to come up with the information that the faction wars happened probably in the previous era, though you're not sure if in the middle or the beginning of era 2. You are currently in era 3. It reads how valiant warriors who were sent by the gods or gods themselves, you're not quite sure the translation, went on and fought against the evil dark dragon gods, and mounting their own dragons as they were dragon riders. They participated in something called the faction wars, with supremacy over the very plane of existence. And you are not able to surmise who the victor was, but it was a very drawn-out battle, a war between dragon and dragon riders and their counterparts in this faction war.
Cool.
Anything new?
Just a little more context. Not anything particularly granular.
And then I sort of just like relay that information about the Dark Dragon to Sully.
That is something.
But that takes you several hours as you're going through all these events that are happening, as you kind of finish up your studies. And if there's anything else you wish to do as you're heading into the evening time of your of your day through the Fractal Centaurum.
Yes. Are we good to go from the library? Have we done some stuff? Are we team?
Yeah, where do we need to go?
Amazing. Well, we don't need to go anywhere, but as we sort of like gather ourselves and the four of us walk out of Elvira's space, I go, now, I don't know about the rest of you, but I could leave this Fractal Sanctorum and go down to town and maybe grab a drink.
I would like that a lot. I feel as if I just need to be someone else tonight.
Yes.
All work and no play, as they say.
It's true. Also, I feel like prying eyes and listening ears amongst the Fractal Sanctorum if there's anything that we maybe wanted to discuss in a different environment.
Yes. And we're like walking down the hallway, I guess, like away from people.
Okay.
I'm going to say, and Ink, you were, it's like you read my mind. We were almost done putting away her notebook when you ran out and distracted her. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was so thankful.
I heard you say it in my head. It's why I did it.
What?
I heard you say, "Give us a minute," in my mind.
I
Say something to me with your mind.
I look at her and I'll say, "Can you hear me right now?" And I'm speaking in her mind.
Whoa! I heard you. Don't. Hey, be careful with that.
I used one of my psionic powers to psionically whisper to Ink as well.
Whoa.
You mean like this?
Whoa. Hey. Whoa. Whoa.
But say something back. And I like,
Ink just thinks thoughts.
I don't hear anything.
I don't have this ability.
Oh wow, I guess. And my eyes, you'll have noticed that my eyes are sort of like when you turn on a light bulb and it slowly gets brighter and brighter. As I'm communicating telepathically, like you could see like the ring and the runes light up a little bit more. And I'll look at Sully and I'll be like, can you hear me too?
For the next 2 hours, all three of us can hear each other.
In our minds?
Wow.
I love that.
What ability is this?
This is part of my psychic whispers. So, Zendar.
Oh, cool.
So, Travis, I'm really happy that you took that feat, because whenever I run out, or if you're farther, because I think yours can work a little bit further away than mine.
Mine's 60 feet.
Okay, so I have to be able to see you both. So yours can work if you're in like a different room or something like that.
No, mine is 60 feet that you see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I use like up to my proficiency bonus of creatures, which is the two of you, and then I roll one psionic energy die for the number of hours equal to the number rolled. The chosen creatures can speak telepathically, and they can they can hear me and also speak back to me.
Wow. So I feel like I started a one-way connection and you were like, let me upgrade this.
Yeah.
And I feel this like
So
Ink is like, I am trying so hard to reach out to your brains with my brain. Can you hear me?
I could hear you now.
Whoa.
Yeah, coming in loud and clear.
Oh, well, this is going to be especially helpful for maintaining secrecy. Shall we away to what's the nice bar down in the?
Oh, the Devil Wears Naga.
Is that the good one?
Yeah.
The Devil Wears Naga. Shall we away to the Devil Wears Naga?
Yeah, and spend some time sort of figuring out our limitations of our new powers. That's so cool.
Okay, what if I go behind the book? And it goes behind a bookshelf.
And I send her a mental message. Or I send Ink a mental message. Yep, still can talk to you, I think.
Wait, if I'm hiding behind a bookshelf? I thought I was with visuals. I was playing with the "Can you see me" moment.
We can't see you, but we can still connect to you with Sully's connection.
Okay, cool. I love that.
I have like a baby connection, and he has like a full throttle connection.
Wait, can Big Steve hear our thoughts too? Big Steve?
No.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I am not strong enough to allow that many individuals.
No worries. Then Ink says out loud, "Come on, Big Steve, we're leaving," and then like continues the conversation in mind with everyone. So, did anybody learn anything interesting in the room?
Absolutely. And this is all like I'll mentally communicate with each other. I was learning these new powers that I guess I have additional mental abilities like you, Sully. And one of the things when she gave such a weird look when we mentioned what was going on with Seraphim, and I was just scrutinizing her, and I could feel her thoughts turn into emotion and words in her mind. And she kept saying, "The Paragon is right. The Paragon is right." But do you think she means the Paragon of Baraset? Like the army? The Holy Army in the north?
That would be so strange for... You said Elvira's from here.
As far as we know.
How would she have any connections with
the religious leader of Barasat.
Right. That's why I was confused and concerned, and why I asked her if there were any groups or peoples that she might know. But I think she was evading my my pressure. But I
Maybe they were. Maybe they worked together once. Maybe her circle worked with them. There's a million reasons how they could know each other. Maybe she's a spy.
Do you think she's a spy? I didn't even consider that. Oh my god.
I mean,
Well,
you never
she did.
know.
She did want us to keep tabs on Seraphim, and that's very spy-like.
Right. I guess my suspicions were piqued when she did say that.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Just more reason to get that drink.
Yeah, let's go. We're doing the old Sorkin walk and communicate with our minds.
Yeah, we're just like aggressively staring and thinking to each other. And our
We
eyes
probably
get
look
really
so
big. And we're like, oh my god, a
Fucking
spy.
wild right now.
No, I picture it sort of like, you know, like The Craft, when the girls are walking through the hallway and they're not talking to each other and they look super cool. That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
We're
we're
having
having
our...
there's like a
Ooh.
very like flattering wind that is coming, you know, blowing Zendaric's hair and
Yes.
Big Steve's ears.
I am the
Yeah, graceful.
sun.
Yeah.
I am the
Oh,
air.
Yes.
I am you.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Wow, we got a Charmed reference and a The Craft reference in this one. Damn, look at us
We
go.
got there. We got there.
So, as you make your way outside of the Fractal Centurion, as the evening classes are starting to start, the moon starts to appear as the sun begins to set. But as you reach the doors to exit out of the Fractal Centurion, there looks to be a small little sprite-like creature. It looks like a ball of light with wings, but carrying like a letter in its hands, claws, not sure, as it begins to flutter and land directly in front of Zendaric, as you hear, "Excuse me, letter for Dark of House Zen."
I hate when they do that, and I'll just grab the letter.
It flies away.
Thank you, says Ink as it leaves.
I'll open it up and prestidigitate, open the top, pull out the letter. And what does it say?
It looks to be a letter from Zenadora. It reads, "Hey Ari, I've been put on assignment, a
Read it more intently now.
a B grade assignment. Yeah, I don't know why I've been placed there, but they feel that they have potential in my paladin powers. In any case, I'm gonna be gone for a few weeks, and I just want to let you know to stay strong and know that I'm always there for you. I'll see you soon. Love, Dora."
I will very carefully fold this letter back up and put it in my pocket. And I'll just say, it's my sister. She's on a mission. They've sent her with a team of the B level, even though she's a first year. I hope that they know that that's why. I hope they are wise in that decision, but I thought we were restricted to D and F missions. But apparently she's stellar. I'm not jealous, I promise. I'm just worried.
Well, we did banish Radamon back to the Nine Hells with each other. So, you know, don't look down on yourself. We've done cool things too.
I know.
Set in the mind, by the way.
I'm not I know she has great potential, but now I'm just worried. Like you said, there is things going on with the professors and these kids at this school, and I All right, let's just go. Come on, even more. Now, here's another reason for another drink.
Yes.
All right. And you go ahead and proceed out of the doors, grabbing a local Drake cart that can easily take you, unless you want to walk. It'll just be a lot further walk. But if not, you can easily take a Drake and be carried along. At this point that you want to go to Devil Wears Naga, it continues to go throughout the town as you leave the Fractal Santorum behind, stepping into the Isle of Eternity proper. As about an hour passes by, as you were inside of the cart, it makes a stop. It kind of, and the door opens up, and the steps lead out to the walkway. You all can easily leave as there's a nimble right driving the vehicle that says, "Go ahead and hello, please report back here if you need assistance in returning back to the Fractal Santorum."
Thank you. We appreciate the ride.
The pleasure is all mine. Have a good day, Spellbinders. And it hits the whip, and the Draco continues off into the distance. As you turn around, you see you've been led off at a large building, about 3 stories tall, stretching across probably, let's say, a quarter of a block. There are several people dressed in very dapper clothing, walking up a ramp to go inside, where you see a very bouncer-like 2 bouncers standing there wearing all black suits, checking people as they walk in there, scanning them up and down with a strange, it's almost like a baton-like rod that glows green. Every so often it turns red and you hear, "Remove your pockets! No magical weaponry allowed. You gotta check it at the door. Next." As it seems that this beautiful night where the stars are twinkling above shows the picture of what looks to be a slender, agendered figure wearing what looks to be scales on their skin in a very provocative position where the Devil Wears Naga flashes above it.
Let's get drinks.
Yeah, let's go in.
I will quickly, before we get too close, prestidigitate any last grime or guff off of us, so that way we're all looking at least spiffy and clean for this evening out.
Alrighty. You head your way up to the ramp, waiting in line until eventually it's your turn, with 2 tiefling bouncers, 1 redskin, 1 blueskin, and 2 suits look at you as you win. All right, hold on. We just gotta go ahead and inspect you. We don't allow any type of weaponry. If you have any weapons, you'll have to check it, and I can go ahead and give you a tag before you enter. There'll be no fighting, no stealing. Everything is at consent. If you wish to go ahead and make an appointment with any of our courtesans, you'll have to do it at the front desk. Drinks in the bars over to the right, and you can enjoy the show at the front, and you have a list of our specials. Is there anything else? Any questions you may have before you enter?
No, thank you.
Excellent. So let me just go ahead and scan. And are any of you wearing any weapons? I feel like Sully might have some daggers, but...
No, everything's fine.
I left my daggers at home, but I have like my arcane focus.
Okay.
And my like spell book.
You could hold my crossbow, I guess.
Or
do I have a crossbow or do I have a short bow? I have a short bow. It's fine.
They go ahead and begin scanning with it. It turns red. Whoop. Yeah, we're gonna need that. Yep, we're gonna need the bow. Any daggers, weapons, rapier swords, and they collect your weapons if you freely give them, proceeding to give you a tag with a number on it. Just go ahead and head to the front desk when you're ready, and we'll return all your weaponries. Have a pleasant stay at the Devil Wears Naga.
Amazing.
Y'all go find a seat. I will get us some drinks. What would you all like?
I'll take something fizzy and fruity.
Something fizzy and fruity. Sully,
I'll just have a beer.
a beer. Beautiful. I love it. Something fizzy and fruity and a beer. I'll be right back.
And Ink makes their way to the bar.
Alrighty. So, as you enter in there, the place, like, on the outside, you couldn't hear anything. The moment you enter, it is loud. It is dimly lit here, but there's a beautiful show. There are people on top doing almost like Cirque du Soleil, spins and twirls on the large, tall ceilings, and there are about 3 different levels here. There are private rooms where you see Corazon, a leading guest in, as a bard with a band plays on top of a stage, a sultry, beautiful tune where many people are eating and at the central area or sitting by the bar. As Ink, you move on over, passing by the many people here, and everyone's dressed very sophisticated and dapper. As you head to the bar, and the Goliath bartender walks on over. Hello, welcome to the Devil Wears Naga. What are you having?
Greetings and salutations. I would love a beer, a mead, and something fizzy and fruity for my compatriots over yonder. And like Ink gestures to Sully and Zendaric as they settle in where they are headed.
Certainly. All right, so all that 1, 2, 3. That's going to cost you 5 silver pieces.
5 silver pieces. Ink hands over the 5 silver pieces. And I also have an inquiry. I know of a new talent that has come to this area, and they would love very much to perform in this venue. Are there auditions, or how can I connect them to the talent agent here at the Devil Wears Naga?
Oh, you have someone. I mean, are they any good?
Oh, they're absolutely fantastic. Go by the name of Velarel.
Velarel. Never heard of them. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Oh boy. Excuse me, cat. Excuse me. Oh, I need this job. I really need this job. I'm gonna get this job. Persuasion.
And
There
you
we
get
go.
advantage because if you're an actor, correct?
On performance and
Oh.
deception.
Okay.
So if I wanted to roll it as deception, since I'm
No.
lying about Velarel a little bit. But here we go. Don't stink. 15.
15.
15.
The Goliath looks at you, look down at you. All right. We all looking for some help here. Our last performer kind of left because something about their family and a hex, and they had to go deal with it. And so we are kind of short-handed. Do you give me this Velarel's number? Are they from the Fractal Center? Are they from the Isle of Eternity, a student, or?
They are not. They have been traveling about. They recently were working with a caravan that came out of Baraset on the way here. Learned some additional songs of Baraset within that caravan that might delight and entreat this audience who may not have heard the songs of modern Baraset.
All right then. I can introduce you to Mixter Dano Bale. He'll be able to. Take a. He'll be interested, I would say. Maybe do you have a time? When is this Velarel available? And are you their agent or something?
Yes, I will function as their business aficionado. They are quite private in their day-to-day life, but very much alive on stage.
So yes, please take my information and and Ink hands over. I guess we all have sending stones. My cell number, my email, whatever.
Yeah, you
a
can.
card.
It's easy for them to send you letters and information and correspondence from within the Fractal Centaurum. So
Beautiful.
yeah, it's very easy.
And Velarel could be available at your earliest convenience. They are mostly free in the evenings, though.
All right then. We'll be in contact. I'll talk to the Mixter, give Velarel's information, and we'll be in touch.
Delightful, thank you. Please, I will not take up any more of your time. I appreciate it immensely. And many cheers to you as Ink picks up the 3 drinks and makes their way back to the table.
All right, the Goliath waves will go and it takes the next, taking your information. Doesn't actually take any more customers, but immediately, leaves and goes to one of the back rooms. As the two of you, Sully and Zendara, can easily find a table in the middle, watching this beautiful performance from this band of bards. As sitting over Ink, you arrive. We're coming over Ink, you arrive and place the drinks onto the table.
Ink hands them out and then sits down and goes, I would like to raise a glass to absent friends.
I'll lift up my martini glass.
I lift up my beer stein.
Object work. We're doing it.
As you all take drinks in solidarity after everything you've been through. The drinks are delicious here. The Devil Wears Naga is top notch. As you're able to experience the plethora of shows, the fine food that they offer, or partake in any of their services that they offer here.
Ink, you were the one that was most excited to come here. This show is about to end. I think another bard troupe is about to come up, or perhaps you would like some time in a back room with some other entertainers. What are you interested in?
I'm just delighted to sit here and watch the performers do their work.
And Ink is going to watch these performers with the mind of getting an understanding of like what the crowd is responsive to, doing sort of like that research of when you want to go somewhere and like perform, you go there before and you sort of like feel out and sort of is watching the other performers so as not to do any of the same songs, and is also like taking note of what performance they could be building.
Got it, totally. So
Sully, how about you?
I'm fine with just a few drinks. I don't necessarily need to partake in any extracurriculars this evening.
Yes, not that we would ever look down on anyone who enjoys the occasional dalliance with a worker of any kind.
Absolutely. I'm not in the mood for that, but I do think that these next bard, if they are as charismatic as they sound, I think I might fancy a dance. I might go and break a leg, as they say. And I'll point to the dance floor off to the side where a few people are, freestyling it.
Enjoy, as the elders would say, cutting a rug.
Cutting a rug. That's a new one for me. Yes, I might.
Alrighty. And as the performances go on, it was very calming, almost like jazz that happened. But as the bards change out and the next one, it becomes upbeat to be more of like a big band performance that seems to get a lot of people up out of their seats where you all can partake in all the many different dances and stylings that exist within all of Adramel here. There's the famous the arcane arc and the I'm really bad at coming up with them on the top of my head, but there's all these cool dances that they do.
I think I heard them. They're called Band of Unicorns.
Perfect.
What is it? Panic at the Castle. I love them.
Oh, have you heard Postmodern Loot Box?
Oh, they're great.
They're incredible. Wow.
We'll even say
Really?
they are the ones who are on right now.
Fallout Maidens. I love them. When it starts to pick up,
Jimmy
and
eat the
after...
flat plane.
That's it. Dead. When Jimmy plane comes, I go dance, and Zark leaves. He goes, can't take it anymore. He's like, this is my song.
That's fine. I'm waiting for my alchemical romance.
Writing these all down their canon now.
Oh, perfect.
So, as all your favorite bands, or at least covers of your favorite bands, play on the stage here at blanking on the at the Devil's Wears Naga. You revel the night away, forgetting all of the pain and sorrow that you went through, at least just for one night, before returning back and dealing with the aftermath of everything that you have learned that has transpired. And with that, we will end the mid-season finale of Descent into the Void Campaign 2. Woo! We landed on a nice note. I was like,
yeah, I'm so glad.
No need to have just death be the last episode.
Yeah, dancing's the last bit. Dancing and silly band names.
Exactly. Awesome job, everybody. This was so much fun. But before we wrap up, why don't we do some stars? Why don't we say where we can find you and do stars and wishes? So let's start off with our very own Sully, aka Zeki. Where can we find you, all your stuff, and stars and wishes?
Oh my goodness. I would have to say you can find me here on A Tale of D20s. At least a couple times a week, usually, between all the shows we have going on here. And you can also find me over on Amateurish Productions, where we're going to be heading into a summer break here soon, but there's going to be other stuff going on, and who knows what I'll jump in and guest on or whatever. And then in terms of my stars and wishes, I would like to give my... Ooh, this is tough. I want to give my star to Rachel for... Was it like a bark or something that you gave out whenever...
Oh, I went, caw, caw.
Yeah, that's what it was. I thought that was
Gophers.
just so funny. I'm like, that's the secret word or whatever it was going to be. Okay, let's run with it. And I think it also like helped us, like that perception roll got us like, you know, able to do our secret spy work successfully. So I'll give you the star for the week.
Thank you.
And my wish is I want to find out what Elvira's really up to. I feel like we're like turning this librarian into like a big bad somehow. And like I'm super into it.
Right?
Librarians are so badass. That's the moral of this story arc. But that's my wish for this week.
Awesome. And up next, Travis, can you give all the stuff to do with you, as well as your star and wish?
Yeah. So my, you can find me here. Sorry, sorry, I was blanking out. I was thinking of more pun band names. You can find me here on A Tale of D20s, normally on Mondays. running the Radiant Citadel. But tomorrow we're taking a break because it's my birthday.
Happy
so-
birthday to ya.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday to you.
My power, my ascension level has gone up 1. So while I am channeling and focusing my magic, I will be off. So you can check us out the following week, where we should be picking up back on the 22nd. Otherwise, you can find me here. And for my stars, I'm going to give mine to you too, Israel, Rachel, for just absolutely quick thinking and running with it. When I decided to debut my feat, I loved when I just sort of like acted that out and you went with it. So that was really cool. I love moments like that. And I too wish to sort of dig into Elvira. So I feel like we're turning this NPC into a big bad, but I want to either find out that she's actually a super good person or find out that she is the big bad. You know what I mean? I feel like it could go either way, but like I'm invested. Like I want to know who she is and what her deal is.
Yeah.
Part of me wants it to become like this whole thing where we think that they're bad, but then they're not. They're actually
Right.
like really good, and we're gonna like be best friends or whatever.
And like we're almost like impeding her. Like
yeah.
Like I think that's what I think might happen too. Yeah, I feel like it could either be that or we're stumbling upon the big bad, or a like lieutenant of a big bad. But we'll see. So that's for me.
Alrighty, cool. And finally, Rachel, yours. Where can we find you and your star and wish?
Yes, please locate me on the internet under the handle I am Rachel Corky on Twitter, Insta, here on Twitch. I occasionally am watching wrestling tape to become a better wrestler. But if you want to see me do some weird stuff, my alter ego is going to be at a secret show in the New York, New Jersey metropolitan area. It's very secret though, so you slide into my DMs at I am Rachel Corky to find out where and when and how and what. Because it's very secret and it's forthcoming though. So do that. And I want to give my star to Zendaric for the way the new feat was released. Just the suddenly being in like my head and going like, way to think what I was thinking, and making it sort of like a very fun surprise for all of our characters to enjoy. Like I think that was a really precious way to tell that you have this new feat in a way that made it like organic for you, and not just like, oh, my character sheet says I have this now, so acting like you've always had it. I think was just a really fun, smart, charming way to RP the level up, and I really appreciated it, and I might steal that as a way of premiering stuff going forward in my life.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I love
Thank
doing
you.
that. I love thinking of how to make it organic. So thanks for running with me. Yeah. Please do steal it. You know,
I think it's so cute to be like, oh, that's new. Like a surprise almost. And thank you, Omar, for being our tail weaver. And my wish is also Elvira. Like because Ink has certain entities that Ink needs to look out for. And Ink is starting to think that maybe Elvira is one of those. So Ink wants to find out.
Ooh.
Yeah, Ink learned some stuff in the void and is sort of like low-key on the lookout.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, awesome. So for my meta moment, I will say, one, what a fantastic finale. I love that we had a happy ending, happy-ish ending, I guess. And I was not expecting you to open up the book or not get caught with the book, but the book was always there, and I'm very excited that now you know the truth that Elvira is from the Barriset army. So and in the next half of the season is going to have some really cool stuff that happens with the story, so I cannot wait. So yeah, your wishes will come. And we will be having, of course, a brand new member to the circle, so we'll see how he joins in, and I can't wait to see the RP develop from that. But yeah, and you can find me here at Atelier20s, or you can find me at That's So Omar on the Twitters, and also on Instagram at Almost On Time, Omar Almost On Time. And for finally, since this is the finale, I will say that I have been, I created a TikTok, where and I'll post all that information, so I'm still figuring out the final names, and I will be putting on my persona. I've been learning the mandolin and the lute, and I'm going to be putting on my persona of my bard character, because I love being a bard, and bard is like one of my favorite classes. So I'll probably be doing some TikTok videos of me playing the mandolin, being very D&D-y, and speaking like old Elizabethan English. So I've been recently getting into that, because you can also find me on Amateurish Productions, where I play a character who talks like that. Some final announcements, of course. All music here was from either Jan Rosa, amazing composer, Dark Fantasy Studios, or Atale D20's original soundtrack. And of course, next Sunday, if I'm right, Zeki, we should be doing a one-shot for the One Ring.
Yes.
That is going to be fun. And then we'll be on a little break for a little bit. Might sprinkle in some things here and there, because we're all going on our own respective vacations and whatnot. And until we get back with a brand new season.
Yep.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Thank you very much for my amazing players. I enjoy all this time I get to spend to you, and all these Sundays is fantastic. So from the first chapter to the last page, spread love, be kind to one another, and we will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.